Good morning students, welcome back to the English channel Prime. Students, in the last class we have completed the explanation to the chapter that is Unit 5, India through the eyes of a foreigner. We have also completed the glossary words, hard words and meanings. So in this video I am going to give you the exercises. So let's do the exercises. Students, open page number 61. See, listening, speaking and writing. Take turns with your partner to ask or answer these questions. Explain to him or her why you think your answer is correct. Quote from the text if necessary. Write down your answers. So the first question is, Mark Tully thought he would be closely connected with others in many activities in India. Whether it is true or not true, children? Yes, it is true. Question number 2. Mark was not able to make friends in India. True or not true? Not true. Question number 3. That of course is only part of the truth. He says, what is part of the truth? Answer is, the part of the truth is that the foreigner is staying in India because of his friends. But the other part of the truth is that he is drawn to India because of its beauty. Question number 4. He watched the sunset in two places. What was the difference? Children, do you remember? Let's write the answer. He saw the sunsets in Great Himalayan National Park where the mountains glittered in the sunset, whereas in Kerala over the Arabian Sea, sunset looked as the sun slid like a great red dome. The difference is one sunset was watched over the Himalayan mountains, other was watched over the Arabian Sea. Question number 5. He says he liked the early summer smells of India. What are they? Why do they evoke nostalgia in him? Write the answer. The early summer smells are dry scents in Delhi as the blue jacarandas, the scarlet gulmohar and other trees come into flower. The sweet smell of the queen of the night and the freshness of first of the pine trees in the foothills of the Himalayas after a long, hot and dusty drive across the plains. There are folk songs and classical music with ragas that start with such austerity, such simplicity and end in ecstasy evokes nostalgia in him. They evoke nostalgia in him because he is reminded of such beautiful sights back in England. Now, question number 6. Why was the smell of pines particularly refreshing for him? Answer is, the foreigner was undertaking a very long and dusty drive across the Himalayan plains, and the smell of the pines refreshed him very much. Question number 7. The author tells us about his experiences in India, about the things he saw, smelled, and heard. Do you remember anything like that? Try to imagine some memorable experience and tell it to your partner. Children, you can write, like I have been to many places in India. The great Himalayan ranges, the Delhi streets, and the places of beauty monuments in Odisha are really beautiful, and the street foods in any corner of our Indian cities are really delicious. Question number 8. Mark tells us about these things, the great works of our literature, our folk tales, ways of worship, our monuments, and the Indian food. Give examples of these things in your own words. Children, write down the answer. The two great epics are Ramayana and Mahabharata, and the poetry by the great poets. Art is the art of the Pradhan tribe in the central India attracted him so much that it occupies completely one wall of his flat. Ways of worship. He describes how, first point, the Muslims stand in line after line, bowing their heads in prayer. Second, the Hindu prior to performing the evening rites in a Hindu temple. Third, the sound of the priest singing the Sikh scriptures in the Golden Temple. He was looking at our monuments. He was amazed by seeing the great monuments like the Taj Mahal and forts of Rajasthan. Regarding Indian food, the phrase cooked parathas for breakfast in the open air dhabas or restaurants along the Grand Trunk Road and delicious vegetarian thali in Gujarat. About our moments, he says, nobody will be disappointed by the Taj Mahal or the forts of Rajasthan. About food, he says there are freshly cooked parathas for breakfast in the open air dhabas or restaurants along the Grand Trunk Road, and there is the delicacy of a vegetarian thali in Gujarat. Now, question number 9. Mark says he is perhaps the only foreigner who believes India and Indians are very special. Children, true or not true? Yes, it is not true. Question number 10. Why do you think we Indians accept Mark, a foreigner, as one of us? The answer is, we Indians accept everybody, whoever comes to India. India is a country of unity in diversity. No other country has so many religions, languages, cultures, customs, etc. We have the quality of friendly nature which makes us welcome anybody who comes here. In the same way, Mark was also accepted as one of us. The second main, answer these questions using the present participle and say how it is used. So children, this is the grammar part. Children, participle meaning? A participle is a form of verb which works as an adjective, noun or verbs, adverbs with the help of auxiliary verbs in a sentence like are, were, etc. So children, participle meaning? It can be formed by adding ing. Ing to the base form of a verb creates the present participle. For example, eat. Eat is the base form of a verb, to eat. But if you use the present participle, it will end in ing. For example, eating, swimming, laughing, playing, etc. So children, we can define a present participle by saying that a word that ends in ing, it should be formed from a verb and it is used as an adjective or for verb tense, adverb, etc. For example, the fleeing criminal. Here, fleeing is used as a adjective to the verb flee. Or he was waving his cuttles. So here, waving is used as a verb tense. So the present continuous if the work is going on is called the present participle. I am looking, he is eating. So ing form are called the present participle. Now let's do the exercise 1. Answer these questions using the present participle and say how it is used. First A. What is the peacock doing? You can answer peacock is dancing. What was the bird doing? Yes, you can answer. The bird was flying in the sky. Look at the auxiliary verb was. So in the answer also you have to repeat the same auxiliary verb. What will you be doing this evening? Question number 3. Answer is I will be going to the cinema. Again will is used because in the question also will is used as the auxiliary verb. Question number 4. What is mother cooking all morning? Answer is, look at the auxiliary. Yes, is. So mother is cooking breakfast. Done. Now exercise 2. Respond to the given sentences using the present participle. For example, some birds don't fly. So you can write the answer. Some birds are not flying birds. So here fly is used as the flying birds. So in the answer you have to make these changes. The peacock dances. So the answer will become some peacocks are not dancing. Question number 2. Is that book good? You can write answer. Some books are not good for reading. Question number 3. There are no buses today. How did you come? Answer. I came riding a cycle. Question number 4. Why did you open the door? Answer is, I heard someone calling. So here all the words should end in ing to make it a present participle. Done. Now let's go to the E, writing part. Working with your partner, supply the missing words in the passage below. A long time dash, an old dash lived in London. Ago, man lived in London. His name was Benjamin Lewis Rice. One dash he went to a dash exhibition to see some books. You can fill up with one morning he went to a book exhibition to see some books. He went dash a stall, yes, unto a stall, and dash at some titles, looked at some titles. Then he went up to the guide in the dash, greeted him, yes, in the stall, and greeted him, and introduced dash, yes, himself. After talking to the man pleasantly, dash things in general, he burst out. Yes, preposition will come above things. ಅಯ್ಯ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತನಾಡುತ್ತೇವೆ. ಮುದ್ದಡ ಕನ್ನಡ ಕಿವಿಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಿದ್ದು ತುಂಬ ದಿನಗಳಾದವು. Meaning, shall we speak in Kannada? It is many days since I heard that sweet language. Born in Bangalore in 1837, this dash type of English dash had also held high administrative positions in the old Mysore state in dash. Yes, you can fill up with this scholarly type of English man had also held high administrative positions in the old Mysore state in Mysore. He was director of public instruction, secretary for education, and the Mysore archaeological department's first director. What is more, he was a scholar. He had mastered dash and translated into dash almost 9,000 inscriptions from Karnataka. He had mastered Kannada and translated into English. His dash notable works are at the Epigraphia Karnataka and the Gadgetius. His most notable works. Next is use these phrases and make a sentence. Children, here some words and phrases are given in jumbled order. We have to write all this in an order to make a meaningful sentence. So let's do the first one. Mahabaleshwar, if you are game, is the place for you. Farm fresh strawberry munching, located close to the bustling city of Mumbai, not to mention spectacular views and monkey watching afternoons for wonderful walks and treks. Children, we can write it as, if you are a game for wonderful walks and treks, Mahabaleshwar is the place for you. Located close to the bustling city, Mumbai, not to mention spectacular views, farm fresh strawberry munching, and monkey watching afternoons. Children, next a puzzle is given. In the olden days, people used two devices to know the time of the day. One device had only one moving part. The other had thousands of moving particles. What were the two devices? The answer is hidden in these jumbled phrases. Reorder them to find out the answer. Yes, children, we can do it. Question number I. We can answer. Let me tell you the answer. An hourglass is a glass container made of narrow in the middle like a figure 8, so that the sand inside can run slowly from the top half to the bottom, taking just 1 hour. Second one, we can rewrite in the particular order like this. A sundial is an apparatus used especially in former times which shows the time by the shadow of a rod on a scale dial. So this is all about the exercises. Hope all of you understand. If there is any doubt, children, write in the comment box. Thank you, children.